Hi, my name is Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my entryway. Today I am going to be finishing the last of the trim. Oh, I'm so relieved. I might actually be able to get the rest of my house back soon. So while I'm doing that, I thought I would go through what I've learned throughout this process and give you my 9 tips for prepping a room for painting. Plus at the end, one bonus tip that I will absolutely be heeding the next time I paint a room. So let's get started and get this job done. Take everything out of the room, or as much as you can. There were a couple things that I could not get out of here, and I had to work around, and it was difficult. Especially if you're using a roller and you've got the roller on a long pole. Having things still in the room, will get in the way of that pole. So you could, put everything in the middle of the room and cover it with a tarp. But you really need to take that down because it doesn't take much to move some of these plastic coverings and expose your possessions, and you really don't want to be getting paint on them. And if you are leaving things in the room, like I did, you could be moving them around more than once, like I did. I made the mistake of only painting the walls and then going around and doing the trim later. So I painted the walls, put the furniture back up, and then I had to put the furniture back. Then I had to move the furniture back into the middle of the room to do the trim, and then I had to move it back. So yeah, you may end up moving it more than once. So if you can, just move as much out of the room as possible. Cover your floors. I didn't do that, and there are little drips all over the floor, but there's a reason why I didn't do it, and that is this is a really low quality rolled vinyl floor, and it has not been glued down. So within a week of moving in, I put a huge rip in the floor, which was my first clue that I was going to have to redo all the floors. And secondly, and this made me glad I really didn't care about them, is that I didn't have a trip hazard. So there wasn't plastic or paper or something on the floor that I could potentially trip over. And I'm very obsessive about that because I live alone and I really don't want to be falling and not being able to get up. So I was kind of pleased that I didn't cover the floor. But, you still need to protect your floors from things like spills, which I did very early on. I spilled half a can of paint. It was one of the little quarts, but still, I spilled paint on the floor, and it was not fun to clean up. Wash the walls before you paint. I used TSP, so it was a wash and a rinse, but it's absolutely worth it. I couldn't believe how much better the walls look just being washed. There used to be a wood stove in here, and you could really tell once I had washed the walls. So especially if you're painting a house that you've just moved into, you just don't know what's been going on in the room. And so it's just better for overall. It helps the paint adhere as well as if you're doing any hole filling, because there's no residue or anything on the wall. So it's better, you're better off. smooth out the walls. There's a couple of places where I didn't get all of the holes filled, and yeah, I really notice it. The office door, the office and the pantry door, what a difference it made to those doors and to the whole room to have all the dings and the dents smoothed out. I was quite surprised because the back of the door hasn't been done, and I can see a difference because when I come out of the office, I'm looking at the back side of the door, and it's like, wow, this does not look as good as the other side. It is definitely worth it to fill the holes, to sand any rough patches. There's a couple spots where previous paint jobs, there were huge drips coming down that I'm sanding out. And it just, it looks smoother. Fill in holes with caulking in trim and get rid of those black lines. It looks so much neater and tidier to have everything filled in and smoothed out. Take the hardware off. So your switch plates, your door handles, plug covers, things like that. Don't try and edge trim around them. It's just not worth it. It's 10 times easier to take them off. Now, I did not take the door handles off. I taped them. I don't even know why I taped them. I have every intention of replacing them. So I really did not care about whether or not I got paint on them, but I still taped them. And I guess I learned that take the door handles off. It just, no matter what I did, they came out messy. Oh yeah, and I came across a really, really great hack, I'll put that here, of, I think it was on The Funny Carpenter, of what to do with hinges. Tape your edges, especially if you're a new painter. There was one spot that I was doing trim around one of the windows where I got trim paint on the wall, I don't know, a good 6 inches above the trim. You just never know. It's absolutely worth it. I eventually did get a really good brush for doing trim, and when I was doing the door here, around the door, I practiced edging. And it was good to have the tape there because I was practicing, right? I'm not good at doing trim. In fact, I'm too impatient to do it well without tape. But I still practiced, and it was a good thing that I had the tape on. So if you're new or you haven't done it in a while, I highly recommend taping it. It just, if you don't, you're just going to end up having to paint the next side, repaint or touch up. So it's just not worth it. Yeah, sometimes taping is a lot of work. I also found that, especially when it came to the baseboards, bending over to try and do the trim really evenly, it just wasn't worth it. It was just a heck of a lot easier to have tape on the floor and on the wall, and I could just slap the paint on and then peel the tape off. Practice while the tape is on, and you'll just get better. It takes longer to prepare a room than it does to paint it. There was one section that I actually timed it. It took me 3 hours to prepare everything, to do the caulking, the filling, the sanding, washing, taping, 3 hours. It took me 30 minutes to paint the section of wall. Now, I had to paint it twice, so that's another 30 minutes. So one third of the time it took me to prepare the room is what it took me to, or prepare the walls is what it took me to paint them. Mind you, I had a 7-hour gap in between, or 6-hour gap in between, which can be a bit of a pain. But it's all in the prep work. There, you know, even if you're doing the brushing for the edges and the trim, like the cutting in, it's still faster than doing all the prep work. So if you know, keep that in mind when you're putting a timeline on your project. There is no such thing as quick and easy when it comes to painting a room. I watched a lot of videos and I checked out a lot of websites. If you're good, if you know what you're doing, if you've practiced your cutting in and whatnot, yeah, there might be quick and easy. If you got 3 people coming in to do the job, yes, it's going to be quick and easy. But if you're on your own and you're painting a room, there is no such thing as quick and easy. You take your time and you're careful. You know, I use the edging brush, the square edging brush, to do way up in the corner. And it worked. It worked a treat. I really, really liked it. But again, it took me a while to get used to it. So when I first started using it, it didn't work very well. But after 10 or 15 minutes of using it, I was pretty good with it. Quick and easy comes with practice and experience. There was one quick and easy, and they were using rollers that were like 18 inches wide. I'm thinking, holy cow, just your typical little roller loaded with paint is heavy. I can imagine how heavy those were going to be. Take your time and use care, and it will show in the results. If you have to go up a ladder, if you have to use an extension ladder, make sure you've got somebody who can hold the ladder and ensure your safety. Painting a room yourself is immensely satisfying. It gave me great pleasure to watch the room emerge as I painted it, and to know that how I saw the room was what was actually happening. I still have a bit of painting left to do, but not much, and I'm really excited about what I've got left. For more about this multi-purpose room and what I've done so far, check out the playlist that I will have at the end of this video or in the description below. And now for my final tip, which is one that I will absolutely be following in the future because I've got 2 rooms to paint, and that is, whatever you think is the amount of time it is going to take you to paint a room, double it. So if you're going to do a weekend paint, start the weekend before. I just, yeah, it as with all DIY projects, it just takes longer than you think. So, you know, set your timeline and then double it. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. I've certainly learned a lot from this project. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would subscribe and join our community. See you next week. Bye for now.